As an 87-year-old, maybe you can sit down, please.
Yes, yes.
I came here in 1960. When I came to Canada in 1960, there were 18 million Canadian. The population was around 18 million. The population is now around 40, 41 million.
Wow.
So you can see that I've seen the growth in population.
Yes, yes.
The things that were missing in the society at the time, although Canada was known for its diversity, working towards fair and just and inclusive society, there were lots of things that were missing for African Canadians, black people, or people of color in Canadian society.
Yes.
And so there was work to be done. We had no Charter of Rights and Freedom at the time. Canada's constitution was held in Britain. We had no, by the way, we brought our constitution back in 1982, and we amended it with what we call the Charter of Rights and Freedom. And so from 1982, we have Section 15 that we tout all the time, because Section 15 of the Charter says you cannot discriminate on the basis of age, sex, ethnic, etc., etc. The issue of celebrating who we are, who you are, who we are in Canadian society, that was a discussion that was taking place throughout the 50s and the 60s. The question as to who are we in Canadian society? Who's joining us in Canadian society? There were many past wrongs in Canadian society around the Japanese, around the Chinese, different things that have happened that we're not very proud of. Slavery and the residues of slavery and the non-recognition of people of African descent in Canadian society. And so the discussion, who are we? Are we just English and French? In the Constitution, there were arrangements for the French, the Catholic school system. There were arrangements that somehow gave certain privileges and certain rights. At the same time, we were looking at the coming into Canada of people from all parts of the world. And so the question is, who are we in Canadian society? That was a big thing at the time, having committees go around the country and hearing from communities. By 1971, we agreed that we were a multicultural, multiracial, multi-ethnic, multi-religious society.
Wow.
And as we talk about who we were and who we are in Canadian society, we recognize that we also had to give credit to those who were joining us, bringing their culture, bringing their traditions, bringing their language, and making space for that in Canadian society, that we can say who we are.
Yes.
That you can have that sense of belonging.
Yes.
That you can feel that sense of inclusiveness. And that you had a place in Canadian society. And so I'll just make reference to the motion that I got for Black History Month in Canada. Because I had to go for just the facts. Just the facts. And what are the facts? That we, as black people, have been in Canada since 1603. There was a young man born in the Azores who was a navigator on a ship that came with Champlain and was the first documented, as it were, black person, around 1603. Two, that not only have we been here since 1603, but we have been contributing to Canadian society.
Yes.
Three, that we are a diverse African-Canadian society. I came from the Caribbean. Others came from different parts of Europe too,
Yes.
Canada. And of course, the continental Africans like yourselves who have made contribution to the growth and the development of Canada. And I call on the Parliament of Canada to acknowledge that and to have Black History Month, just as the Americans were doing
Yes.
since 1925,
Yes.
so that we could celebrate who we are. And so I'm very proud, very pleased to receive this today, my sister.
Thank you.
And also, I'm doing boasting here. I've been to Benin. Right? I've been to Benin City. I stayed in Benin City in one of those palatial houses. And I had great experience 8 to 9 times in the country Nigeria. And so I am very pleased, very thankful, very grateful, very honored to have and to receive this gift today.
Thank you.
So for you particularly, and if you know this song, join. What this actually says was that you are a leader that God uses to
Yes.
take care of the world.
But we thank you
And
for all
we wish you, and you will live long to the day
Yes.
your Creator says. That's what it's going to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please give her a round of applause again. Please be conscious of the program, Hannah.